Hi, welcome back to My Mom Life. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Jordan, and today I have a little bit of a different video to share with you. So this is not going to be one of my typical videos. I normally post things, a lot of food videos really, and pressure cooker videos and grocery hauls and mom stuff. So this is going to be a little bit different. Today I am sharing with you how I've lost over 110 pounds. I put on the screen exactly how much I've lost. I started out at 269 pounds at my heaviest. And I guess where I want to start, I don't want to have this big long rambling video. So I'm going to try and hit a few things. And then if you have questions, feel free to leave me questions down in the comments. I would love to talk with you that way. But to give you a little backstory, I'm going to be a little off center, I think, because I want to pop on some pictures throughout the video. So I am a mom to 5 kids, six kids with my stepson, but I've had 5 pregnancies, 5 babies, and that can do a number on a woman's body. And I've had 5 kiddos. So that's no excuse though for being the weight that I was. I also really love to cook, and you can see that on my channel. Also not an excuse to be 269 pounds. I loved to eat. I love to eat. I love food. I love sweets. And that was my problem. I would just overindulge and eat too big of portions. And I had a very strong Diet Coke addiction that I have eliminated from my diet. First off, before I get into details, I do want to say that I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a dietitian. I am just sharing with you what worked for me. And so please don't come at me with, things like that's not the right way to do it, or, this is just my experience and how I actually lost all of my weight. So, I currently weigh 154 pounds. This morning that's what I weighed. My goal weight is around 140, but I'm happy with where I am. I went from a size 20 pant size or jean size to a size 6. So I'm pretty happy with that. I would like to hit my goal weight just to say, I did it, but I'm happy and I feel so much better. I was at the point where it just hurt to get out of bed in the morning, and you shouldn't wake up in pain when you're 30. I'm 31 years old. So, So like I said, I have had 5 pregnancies, 5 babies, and I actually had a pregnancy in the year of my weight loss journey. So I started my weight loss journey in 2020, like spring, let's say March of 2020. And then I found out I was pregnant with Bennett in the fall. So I had already started dropping weight. I got down to like 215 when I found out I was pregnant with him. And that kind of halted my weight loss for a while. So fall of 2020, I found out I was pregnant, and I get very sick when I'm pregnant, and a lot of the times I will lose weight when I'm pregnant because I just am so sick. I'm not eating like I normally do, and so I will drop weight. But with him, I put on 20 pounds. I think when I had him, I was like 235 or something like that. So he is now 5 months. Yes, he is now 5 months old. So from when I had him in May to now, let's say I was 235 when I delivered him. It was right around there, 239, 235. I am now down to 154 pounds. So that's quite a lot of weight to lose in 5 months. And I just want to share with you some of my tips and tricks and what worked for me. I am not one that followed a specific diet. I did not go keto. I did not go specifically low carb, low fat, low anything like that. What I did was I counted calories. So this is just what worked for me. If this is something that is going to trigger in you like an addiction or an obsession, then I don't recommend it. And I actually don't count them anymore. I did it for a good few months just to get a handle on portion sizes and how much each thing that I was eating is adding up in my daily allowance of calories. So also exercise, obviously. I would say like 80% though of my weight loss has been because of my huge diet change. And then the other 20% is that I have really upped my activity level. So one thing that I will say is that I am not big on the gym, and I am not a runner. So I have done my weight loss by walking, and I just walk in my neighborhood. I have gone to the gym several times throughout this, but it's just not my favorite thing to do. It kind of gives me anxiety. There's people there that I don't know. I feel judged at the gym. I don't know what I'm doing. So I walk in my neighborhood. I have a fitness watch, and it's a Garmin fitness watch that tracks steps, and it tracks miles and things like that. So I started out in the beginning, I'm just going to start 5 months ago when I went from 235 or 39 to now where I am. But like I did want to mention, this did start back in March of 2020. So my whole like wanting to change. So I started 6 weeks after I had him, when I was able to start working out or walking, or, you know, when you're cleared by your doctor, I started walking. And I want to say I started with 2 miles. I try and do 3 miles a day, but I did 2 miles, and I just tracked it on my watch. And as soon as I hit 2 miles, I would come home, or, you know, I'd make my way home in my neighborhood when I knew I would reach 2 miles. So I did that. I also did and have done workout videos from YouTube, like yoga, Pilates, Zumba, things like that. Not great at them, but I did do that. But the main thing that I did was walk 2 miles a day. And I tried to do it like 5 days a week, if not all 7 days. And it's something that my husband and I have started doing together in the evenings. It's just a way for us to talk. And I have older kiddos that will help with the younger ones, so they're totally fine. And we walk the neighborhood, and we'll do 3 miles. And yeah, I've noticed that my energy level is way better than it was. One thing that I should say, I feel like I'm all over the place with this, but I do have thyroid problems, hypothyroidism, which I would also use as an excuse to be overweight, but it's not. You can be healthy and not overweight with thyroid problems. I also am on like antidepressant or anti-anxiety medicine that people say that can put weight on you, but not the amount of weight that I was at. So nothing, I'm all of the things that I used to use as an excuse, I am not doing that anymore. It was totally my fault. It was all about the way I was eating and treating my body. So now I really am mindful of what I'm eating. And another thing that I did was I did intermittent fasting. And if you haven't heard of intermittent fasting, it is just where you have an eating window throughout the day, and you eat then, and then you don't eat before that or after that. And I wouldn't say that that is necessary. I wouldn't say that that's the key to my weight loss. But that is something that I also did in the beginning back in 2020. So getting back to counting calories, there is an app that I used, and I'll put a screenshot of the app. You can use a Fitbit app. You can use, or is it MyFitnessPal? There's different apps out there that you can use to count your calories. So everything that I would eat, I would scan with my phone on the app, and you can scan the barcode, and it'll tell you how many calories and how many servings, and you just put in how many servings you had, and it'll tally it and count it for you. And that was a huge eye-opener because you don't realize how many calories are in a bag of chips, you know, or the serving size. You know, if you have never really like paid attention to that, serving sizes are a lot smaller than you would think. So that was an eye-opener. And now that I don't do that anymore, I just know, like, okay, this snack is going to be so many calories. Is it worth it? How many snacks have I had today? Should I be eating another snack? You know, it helps open your eyes to really what your body needs, like calorie wise, and what you're actually putting in. So I try to look at the food that I'm eating now not as like a hobby that I like to do. Like, does that make sense? I try to look at food as more of putting in my body what it needs and just cutting it off there, which sounds kind of brutal if you love food, but I just think it was necessary for me to really have that click. Like, if you want to feel good, if you want to look this way, if you want to fit in this size of jeans, if whatever reason you're doing it for me, it is to feel better and to be more active with my kids. So it's not to look a certain way, it's to feel good and have more energy to be able to play with my kids and not just get tired and out of breath, you know, going up the stairs. So that was my main goal. And it all depends on what is more worth it to you. Is it more worth it to eat that piece of cake, or is it more worth it to hit your goal and to feel the way you want to feel? And for me, once you start seeing the weight come off, it really clicks. Like, this is a huge lifestyle change, but it's worth it. So like I said, I counted calories with the app. I really was watching, and on those apps you can put in, this is my weight, this is my goal weight, and then how fast do you want to get to your goal weight? And it'll give you a daily amount of calories that you, as an average person, if you have a lot of medical issues, probably talk to your doctor. Don't take my advice. But if you're an average person, it'll give you the amount of calories that you should eat to start seeing weight come off. And this also, you can put in how active you were in that day. Did you walk 2 miles? Did you run 2 miles? You can put those things in, and then it'll take off. Like, say I burnt 300 calories in a workout, I'll put that in, and then it'll add 300 calories to the amount you can eat that day. So, and that's another, like, way to kind of boost your your desire to work out, is once you see those numbers, like, oh, I walked this long, and now I can add, you know, some calories back into my day. So yeah, my main way of losing the weight, I guess, to sum it all up, is by watching the amount of calories that I was putting into my body. Okay, so I want to talk about some of the things that I have been eating. Before, I would eat a lot of whatever I wanted, really. Pastas, sweets, ice cream, cake, all of the yummy things that I make on my channel. I love to bake, and I really love sweets, so that was a big problem area for me. And like I mentioned earlier, I did drink a lot of Diet Coke. I never really cared for Coke or regular soda, but Diet Coke was like a huge thing for me. So I cut that out completely. As soon as I had my baby, I told myself no more Diet Coke. So I cut out Diet Coke, and the main things that I like to eat now. So I make my family dinner, and then if it's something, most of the time it's something that I don't want to eat, because I just know myself. I don't want to sit down and eat a plate of spaghetti, because I know that I've worked really hard, and it's just not worth it for me. This does not mean that if you want to lose 100 pounds, you have to stop eating all of the things that you want to eat. Cut your portions down and you'll be fine. But for me, I know myself, and if I let those things back in, I'm just not ready to let those things back in yet, because I don't know that I'll be able to control myself, if that makes sense. So what I do is I will make my family something, and then I'll make myself a salad. Most nights I have a salad. It's romaine lettuce, carrots, and I buy the sugar-free salad dressing that you can get at Walmart. It's the G. Hughes brand. There's other brands, but I buy that. It's like a sugar-free balsamic. And then I buy Tyson blackened chicken strips. I get those at Costco, and I will make a humongo salad. And I mean, like a huge bowl of salad. I also will eat a protein bar as like a snack throughout the day. I really watch the sugars on those and make sure that it has a good amount of protein in it. And what else? I love yogurt, non-fat, plain Greek yogurt, and I will sweeten it myself. I will put Splenda or whatever kind of sweetener that you like, you can use in it, and some vanilla extract, and that'll make like a vanilla yogurt without all of the added sugar. And I make homemade granola, and I also use a sugar replacement for that. So it's just making a lot of things homemade, not eating packaged foods, and yeah, to crave my sweet tooth, I eat a lot of yogurt. That yogurt is like my favorite thing now, yogurt and granola. I eat oatmeal, and in my oatmeal, if I'm craving like something really sweet, I'll put sugar-free dark chocolate chips in my oatmeal, and that will help with that craving. I don't really crave pop anymore or soda. I just try and drink water, and I drink coffee with almond milk or oat milk and some sugar-free syrup. So those are like my main changes that I've made. I eat other things too, like popcorn, pretzels, things like that, but you know, my main things. I'll also eat, I don't know, brown rice with salmon and a vegetable, things like that. I just really try and watch the things that I'm putting into my body. We don't eat out a lot anymore, and when we do, my husband and I will go on date night. When we do eat out, I really pay attention to what I am eating and what I ate earlier in the day. So if I know we're going on a date, I'll really watch what I'm eating throughout the day to make sure that you know, I'm not like going 1,000 calories over what I'm supposed to be eating in a day. So yeah, I hope that this makes sense. One other thing that I wanted to say is that if you are not ready, if you don't have that fire lit underneath you, then it's probably not going to happen yet. You have to be ready, because there are so many times over the years that I was like, I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. But I just wasn't committed enough. So, I mean, it's not even worth trying if you're not completely committed and ready. That might sound kind of brutal, but it's just my honest opinion. Just because I've been there, and I know that if you're not ready, then it's not going to happen. You have to be completely ready to give those things up, and I suggest giving them up completely. Giving up, but a lot of people will say to have a cheat day. That doesn't work for me. If that works for you and you can get right back on the train the next day, go for it. But cheat days don't work for me, because once I feel like, oh, I messed up, like I just don't get back on the train. So that works for me, and what works for me might not work for you. So keep that in mind. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. I make a lot of different kinds of videos. And if this is something that interests you, I can make more videos talking about this and the things that I eat and things like that. So if you have any recommendations or any videos that you want to see from me, leave me a comment down below and let me know. I would love to talk to you guys down in the comments. So if you have any questions, leave them down there and I will try and answer them for you. And yeah, I hope that this video helps you, and if not, then that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.